What's up guys, Moon here, and welcome back to the YouTube channel, or this is your first time to the YouTube channel, welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss any other future uploads, and make sure you hit that bell notification so you don't miss any future uploads. So, as you can tell by the title, we got an exciting video. We're going to be going to not to one card show, but to two trading card shows in my local area. You guys seem to have enjoyed the last vlog that we did, which if you haven't seen that video yet, go check it out. Put the card around here somewhere, link down below. But yeah, we're going to be going back to some shows here. They're a little bit small. Well, one a little bit smaller. It's ran by the same group that did that bigger show in the last vlog. So my same wrestling vendor will be there. So it should be exciting. We're going to buy some wrestling cards here. Now I'm also, throughout the video, I'm going to talk about like where my mindset is at right now. Because again, if you went back to watch the other video, you guys would know during that video, I was a little bit like, I don't want to say having an identity crisis as far as when it comes to like buying, selling, and trading sports cards and trading cards. But as far as of like being a little bit more strategic, that's a big word for me. Where I'm putting my money, because that is very important to me, because, I don't have a lot of capital. I don't work with a lot of funds like you see other people work with, which, I mean, by all means, if you're able to do that, great. But, I work with what's available to me and by my means, and typically that's not a lot of funds that you see from other creators, okay, which again, it's okay. So we're going to talk about that throughout the videos. And then the other show that we're going to go to is it is promoted as a TCG event. They did promote it as sports cards, but it's free entry, free parking. Love that. It's being promoted as 150 tables, which that's a lot of tables. And the reason why I want to go for that is specifically the TCG section, or like TCG area. And of course, we're going to talk about that. I mean, if we can find some wrestling cards there, which I highly doubt, that would be great. But I'm mainly focusing right now. Hopefully we can find some TCG cards, and we'll talk about that throughout the duration of the video. So make sure you do stay tuned for that. But like last video, first things first, gotta hit the gym. Hitting the gym in the morning is important for the mindset, get the body right, get everything going, get the blood flowing. So we're gonna do that first. Not gonna record anything in the gym. Maybe I'll talk in between my sets as far as like, talking about, like I just mentioned, like what I'm doing moving forward. So maybe we'll do that. But again, I'm not gonna film my sets. Maybe if you guys wanna see that down the line, I'll do that, but ain't gonna be for this video. So yeah, first gonna hit the gym. Probably get some food after. Oh, yes, so I will get some food after because my wife is coming with me. She didn't go with me last show. So my wife will be with me. So maybe we'll even get her in the vlog, Mrs. Moon in the vlog, which she's been in my videos before. But, she doesn't like being filmed too much or talking. So she'll probably will be in the background. Maybe she'll help me film some stuff as well. The Meta's AI, the Meta glasses will be back as well. We'll be doing the full POV stuff of buying, and you guys can kind of see the show firsthand. But yeah, that was a long one here. But yeah, I'm gonna get inside the gym, knock this out, and then next clip, maybe getting some food, maybe me at the show. We will see. But yeah, guys, again, if you're enjoying this, make sure you are liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. That shows me that you guys want to see this type of content moving forward. But yeah, guys, let's head to where we're heading to next. Alright, guys, we are back home from the gym. Now, before we head to the card show, I'm gonna give you my little bit of my thought process as we head to these two trading card shows. So like I mentioned during that little bit of an intro here, as far as of like having a little bit, I don't want to say an identity crisis, but kind of where my brain's at as far as when it comes to, even making content and or buying, selling, and trading sports cards and trading cards. So obviously you guys know I'm, mainly my audience and what I built my following on, and like even my business, my side hustle, I guess if we like to say, has been built primarily on wrestling cards. My vendor shows have been primarily just wrestling cards. My content has been primarily just wrestling and wrestling cards. But as you can kind of tell, like around me, like I collect a lot of different things. I have a different couple of posters here. I have some figures. I have some comics below me as well. So I collect a lot of different things, and I have a lot of interests that go beyond just wrestling. So something that I've been thinking about doing, and kind of the idea as we get closer to my next trading card show, which that is going to be as a vendor, which is going to be August 1st. Flyers right here. If you're in the San Antonio area, want to come say hi, I will be there in that same show that I've always done. We want to expand the brand a little bit that goes beyond just wrestling. Specifically, the niches that I'm targeting right now is TCGs primarily. We kind of saw that a little bit with Lorcana, but diving a little bit more into TCG, that being Magic the Gathering. Now I know it's not the most popular one. I'm pretty sure you guys are like, Nick, Moon, why don't you do Pokemon? I know Pokemon. I collected a little bit. I play the TCG as well. But that market and like it's just to me very very like oversaturated. There's so many vendors, so many different people you can go to for your Pokemon. Where again, like wrestling, like I feel like Magic doesn't really have that yet, and Lorcana as well doesn't really have that as far as of right now. So that's what we're targeting from the TCG side. Now, another thing that I have been thinking about doing is also buying and collecting and or selling pop culture cards. So that being like Marvel and Disney cards. And I've already seen that work a little bit for me. Like before I started recording this video, I actually had somebody message me and asking me like if I could put some Disney princesses cards away for his daughter, which is really cool. I'm happy to do that. And I'm actually just gonna give it to him for free. Like he doesn't have to pay me anything for it. But yeah, like that's the idea that I have. Like I want to be able to have like a variety of different cards to be able to sell. I already collect a variety of different cards. So if I can able to, you know, build a little bit of a collection and sell some as well to fund the hobby as well, I think that's something that I really, really want to tap into. So right now, as we head into the show, we're looking, obviously still going to look for our wrestling cards, and we're also going to be looking for TCG cards as well, which is why, you know, we're heading to that TCG show. We already bought some wrestling cards online, so I do already have those coming in. So I'm not extremely motivated to spend a lot of money right now on wrestling. If we can buy, you know, a lot of, you know, Magic the Gathering bulk, some Lorcana bulk, and you know, have some cards for, you know, a small little showcase that's focusing on those niches. That's definitely what we're gonna do. But yeah, that's where my mind's at. That's where my head's at right now. Hopefully you guys kind of see where I'm coming from in that. You know, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And maybe, you know, obviously I'll carry on that further discussion. But that's enough talking. Let's now head to the show.
Interesting. So kind of like the baby, there's 25, an 80 card. I think this could be at least sticker like 20, 25 at least. Well, let's do it. So I think this isn't like trying to see. It looks right. Like just looking at it, there's the heart. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I don't doubt him for that, but just kind of trying to see, get a better idea. But yeah, that looks good.
Artifacts. So what's this about? This is stuff I recently picked up. If you're interested, you can look your artifacts and look at it.
How much did you want for the National case? I think he's 1334, but I mean, I don't know. His individuals go for like
Yeah, that's my first commander deck that I just got started getting into it, so I'm pretty sure that's my first commander deck that I'm trying to build.
Oh yeah. Sure, like I have some of those cards. What I can do if you want to, I don't know, you run Discord?
Yeah.
You have Discord?
Yeah.
So what I can do, I have a Discord that I have a lot of like more Magic players that come in. They can
Oh, okay.
ask me for cards and I look for them.
Okay.
And same vice versa, you want to look for cards, you can ask them. What I can do is I can use my Discord, you can join the group, and then on my spare time, you can, if you want to, you can send me the link to me.
Okay.
And I can look through it in my book, because like most of these are my uncommons and commons.
Yeah.
So that's basically how it is.
Gotcha.
My Spider Sense, I do have that one, I believe. I just gotta find it. Can I take a picture?
Yeah, that's what got me into Magic. The Marvel collabs.
Yeah. So the only real issue with it is just the wear right there. You can tell the covers.
Oh yeah.
But
other than that, that looks like a good 5.
Yeah, it really is.
so yeah, no, it's Rick.
Yeah, Rick.
Yeah, so he just was texting me that he'd be here this weekend, and his son finds a lot of these ASMs for me. And so he was like, yeah, we found this one, and we'll be here. And I was like, oh, cool, card show, I didn't know about it.
Does he buy them like that or just...
All right, we are back home from both shows. Now, both shows were different. The first show that I went to didn't record too much because that show, surprisingly, was kind of dead for a smaller little venue. It's usually quite packed, and I think it wasn't as packed because of that TCG show that we went to after that first show. Because that TCG show was like off the charts. It was a really good show. It impressed me a lot. I had thought about vending that show as well. Just wasn't too familiar with the area. But yeah, it seemed like they were doing like everything right. So, and I had a couple of buddies there that were actually vending, and they said that yeah, like it was a good time. So that is potentially maybe hopefully an avenue that we can explore as far as the vending. But yeah, both shows vastly different. Luckily, the smaller show that I went to, again, my usual wrestling card vendor was there. So did have a couple of pickups there. Again, like I mentioned just previously in the video, like I'm not extremely motivated right now to buy many wrestling cards just because, again, I'm trying to put some funds in different things. And of course, we already have spent a little bit of money on some cards on eBay that should be coming in the next couple of weeks or within the week or so. So all in all, between both shows, we spent $130 on the TCG bulk. We did buy some TCG cards, and then we spent $60 on the wrestling cards. So all in all, we spent a total of $190, which isn't crazy. It isn't too bad. I've spent more. But yeah, again, there wasn't anything too crazy. I'm again going to talk about the thought process between all of these here. So first one that we picked up is the Stephanie Vicker on the purple magenta at a $2.99. It was going for around that $10. Again, I think it's a nice little like showcase card. Just have it in there, have some color pop, and of course it's Stephanie Vicker. Hopefully she comes back soon. Again, my next show's in August, so maybe SummerSlam, maybe she has like a little bit of a program to live, maybe interferes in that match, who knows. But yeah, that was the thought process here on that pickup there. Now these next two, I typically don't buy these types of cards, but again, just kind of trying to find something for the showcase. I feel like value bin stuff I can always find, again, either on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Collects. I can find like value bin stuff, and I have a lot of it, so I'm not really too worried about that. So right now we're just really just trying to replenish the showcase, because last show and even after the show we kind of got cleared out, so we do have to replenish it, which is again why we bought some cards on eBay and why we have it here. So this next two cards here, again, you guys saw in the video, so kind of a little bit of a spoiler, but I did buy this Bailey on card auto. It is from all-time NXT 2.0, the NXT set that Panini did back in 2022. Now, the reason why I say typically I don't buy these, because typically the cards that I do buy are autographed and authenticated by Topps. This is not. This is obviously just like the, someone had this card, got it signed with a pen, or, at an event or at a Comic-Con, something like that. Again, I trust my vendor. I wouldn't, have any thought to believe that this is like a fake auto. And comparing it to like similar on-card autos that we're selling on eBay, and then comparing it to her top snout auto, it looks pretty legitimate. So I thought, $15. Like I feel like in a showcase, I could maybe sticker it for 30. Again, that's just where my head's at right now with that. And then keeping with that same theme, we got a 2025. This 2025. This 2025, 2026. I am sorry. Yes, this is 2026 Topps Roxanne Perez on a Topps Chrome base. Again, same idea. I think that I would think like a $30, give or take. Again, not authenticated, but again, this one here is kind of matching up to, not kind of, it is matching up to her normal Topps Chrome autograph. I think the only thing that threw it off is the pen is obviously a little bit thicker. Because obviously, you can just tell by the font. Usually she makes a little bit of a heart with her auto. This one here is like a half heart, I would say. But yeah, again, Roxanne Perez, local kid, local to my area. So I thought, hey, why the heck not? I do like Roxanne Perez, so maybe we would keep that one. Who knows? And then last but not least here, and again, I did keep all sticker price because stickers were 80 and I got it for 60. And then last but not least, again, nothing crazy. Again, we're just trying to find some cheap deals to fill out the showcase. Is the Seth Rollins sticker auto from 2022 Panini Select. Again, Seth Rollins, it is going to be the night of SummerSlam. So I'm thinking, hey, maybe there might be a little bit of hype leading up to him and his market. Again, I don't think it's going to be like a $60, $70 card. I think maybe like 40, 45, throw that sticker on there. Because, again, and something I want to talk about as well is, like, obviously there was a lot of cards in that showcase, a lot of great cards in that showcase. So I'm sure, like, you're thinking, like, Moon, like, why didn't you buy these and stuff like that? Or, like, why did you buy these and not the others? Because another thing you got to recognize when you're, like, trying to sell trading cards as, like, as a vendor or as a business, whatever, like, you're going to have your set audience and your set market that's going to come to you consistently and buy your cards, if you do the right things. I recognize what my audience is that, and what I've built my collection on, and what I primarily like to talk about is like low to mid-end wrestling cards. Like that's what I'd like to talk about, and that's what I like to build my collection around. So while having a cool showcase is cool with like high-priced dollar cards, 101s, out of 5s, out of 10, like while that's all cool, like the reality of that selling is a little bit tough unless the right buyer comes into your showcase and gets that card. Like to me, I would feel like someone would be more inclined to buy a Roxanne Perez hard auto or even a regular Topps Chrome auto for $40 to $50 rather than a Roxanne 1 out of 1 for $1,000, whatever the case may be. So that's what I always think about when I'm buying these kind of cards. But yeah, again, just a little bit of a behind the scenes thought there. But yeah, again, all sticker 80, got these for 60. You guys have to let me know how we did on these. And now for the TCG. I never thought I would say these words. I can't believe I spent more money on Magic the Gathering cards than wrestling cards. It's an insane little world that we're living in right now, and we call this hobby here. So a lot of these I'm not going to focus too much on because like there's only like 2 cards in here, maybe a couple of other ones that really made up the majority of the price. But these, I am building a commander deck. I am in the process of building one. So shout out to Omar. He was the one that I was vending with. That is his name. I didn't get his socials, so maybe if I find it, they'll be right here if I find anything. But yeah, this is what he got me here. I literally sent him my list and I walked around the show and he pulled out these cards for me. So again, shout out to him, the freaking GOAT. But yeah, again, these are all just playables. Again, I'm building a commander deck. So I'm in the process of doing that right now. So again, it's nothing too crazy. It just mainly just like bulk $1 to $2 stuff, which is again what I like. This one's actually, I think it was a little bit more, the Spider Sense one. But yeah, again, all just bulk, nothing crazy in that regard. This is actually for my wife. She wants to potentially build a commander deck around Spider-Man. So Spider-Punk is the one that she did like. So that one was for her, including this one. This one's the fun one. So we got Gary the Snail. I knew they had like a SpongeBob set, but never knew this card was a thing. Again, I'm new to Magic, so don't roast me in the comments if you're a fan of Magic and watching this. But yeah, this is a fun card, and that's what I like about Magic. Like it's like you can play with them, but I think from a collector standpoint, like these are just super super cool. Like that's gonna go on my wife's binder, and maybe she'll build a commander deck. Maybe we have to buy another one and build a commander deck out of it. But yeah. And then going on here to the remaining bulk here. Again, this is just bulk. Castle Doom. This is actually pretty playable, and it's the foil. I sold the non-foil for like $2, so I mean $1. So I think the foil maybe go for a little bit, like a couple of cents more. Just throw it up there on eBay. We have another rare here of Scarlet Witch, and then we have here another Shuri of from Lorcana, which is also another pretty good playable. Did also just sell that as well, which is why I bought it again. Now to the next cards here that basically made up the whole lot itself. First one here is the Heroic Intervention. Of course, this is paying homage to the AF-15 cover. I think this was like $15 or like $10-15. I really don't remember. But yeah, overall, just a really, really cool card. I think, you know, again, the Marvels really got me into Magic the Gathering. So, like, just having these again in my collection, and or like to have that little Magic the Gathering showcase. Because again, there's not a lot of vendors that do Magic the Gathering. And I think a thing too, like, I don't know if it's a thing where like maybe it was just my ignorance in the past where I just don't pay attention, but like there was like 1 or 2 vendors that had Magic, and I was in my head, I'm like, I don't see too much Magic, but like 1 or 2 vendors had quite a bit of Magic, you know, including, you know, Omar, which is where I basically bought all this stuff, and he is actually gonna be doing my next show, so I'm happy to go check out his table when we're vending. Next one here, I didn't get from him, but kind of again the same idea. Imposter Syndrome. Is this a foil? It is not a foil. But Imposter Syndrome, Spider-Man there, the little Spider-Man pointy meme. If you know, you know. This one, again, very playable. I believe it's in my deck. I don't know. I have to double check it. But I know this one has kind of been on the rise a little bit. Again, screenshots are going to kind of be all over the place as far as that. Again, I love the Marvel stuff. Again, that is what got me into Magic. We then got another Heroic Intervention, but this is the... I forgot what Avengers cover. It's not Avengers 1. It might be Avengers 1. I'm not too sure. Cover will be right here. But it is paying homage to the Avengers cover. So, of course, we got Thor. We got Ant-Man. We got the Wasp. Hulk. And then we got Iron Man. And, of course, we got Loki there with the freaking helmet. I love that helmet. But, yeah, overall, a really, really cool card. Sticker 8. I didn't even bother checking it. Again, when I think about this stuff, I kind of just think about averages. And I think the TCG stuff just moves all craziness all the time. Like including this one. This is the one primarily I was targeting, which I'm glad I was able to find it. I've been trying to find it online. Ran into some deals where we're trying to work out a deal. It just didn't come through. But really, really glad to have this one here into the collection and or potential Magic showcase here. But we got the Mind Stone. Really, really sick card here. Again, this is from the new Marvel Superheroes set that just dropped. Again, this was basically like $70, but we've kind of been seeing a little bit of a rise. There is the Soul Stone, which is in the previous Marvel sets. The non-foil is going for like $150. The non-foil is going like $100. I think once that Marvel's, you know, superhero set is kind of over and done with, another set rolls in, which I believe is the Hobbit. I do think this one here will do really, really well for me. So happy to have this in the early Magic the Gathering collection that we're slowly building. I have some other cards as well. If you guys want to see that, maybe you have to stay tuned for another video or go check out the socials because I will be posting that. But yeah, again, the freaking Mind Stones. But yeah, guys, that is the video here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, the last video, you guys seem to have enjoyed the vlog. So again, if this is something that you want to see more of, you're enjoying the POVs, you're enjoying the more interactions, again, please let me know in the comments down below if there's something you want to see, because I love making videos like this. I just like going out, vlogging, and just finding what I'm, you know, showing you guys what I'm buying, what my mindset is. Like, do you want to see me building more of my commander decks? Like, me and my wife go to hobby shops all the time. Like, if that's something that you guys want to see, I'll be happy to do that. So again, yeah, make sure you just like leave a like, comment down below. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel because that does help support me and help support my content. All my other social medias are linked down below. So like my TikTok, my Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, are all linked down below. So if you guys want to follow me over there, chat with me over there, and want to support me on those other social platforms, you are more than welcome to do so. Again, all the links are down in the description down below. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching and supporting. I really, really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate all the support that you've been showing me this past couple of months here. I'm extremely thankful for you guys. A lot of cool opportunities are coming our way. So again, it's all because of you guys. So I really, really do appreciate it. But yeah, again, that's it. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you on the next one.